listen to this.
Greetings to everyone. Today, let us nourish wisdom within the mind, within the essence of life that is formless, empty, clear, and pure. This emptiness does not mean nothingness, it means the absence of all fabrications and constructions. It is completely clear and utterly pure. It is the original element, like pure oxygen, like pure carbon, an element that exists in its own pure state, untainted by anything else. Our consciousness is this very original element, pure in itself, unmixed with any other element. This is what we truly are, the element of life itself. We already understand that this body is not truly ours. We merely reside in it temporarily. We came to dwell in this body, yet we do not truly know why or how we came to dwell in it. As we grow up and live our lives, we do not really know what it is that we are seeking. Still, we try to build, to acquire, to claim the material elements as our own. We may gather everything we desire, yet even then it does not feel like it is what we truly want. We chase everything in the hope of satisfying happiness, but once we attain happiness, it still does not fulfill our deepest longing. Even with great wealth and pleasurable emotions, it still is not what we are truly searching for. When the body dissolves and dies, our consciousness floats away, searching for another form because it has not yet found the answer. The mind goes on to inhabit new vessels, often in the form of animals. Think of how many millions of species there are, and how many millions of living beings are waiting for consciousness to attach to them and be reborn. How many minds go to dwell in each egg that is laid, and every day countless beings are born. Their lives are brief, their vessels quickly perish, and the cycle continues, the consciousness drifting again, seeking yet another vessel. This is what is called the endless cycle of fabrication, the revolving cycle in which we enter forms, fabricate, learn, seek, and consume. It is a cycle of endless wandering. We have come to dwell in this vessel of the body, this lump of elements, this lump of humanity. We have come to use this vessel for one single purpose, to realize that we are the element of life itself, formless, empty, clear, and pure. Everything else is not truly who we are. We must come to understand this, not just intellectually, but deeply, until it touches the heart. If we only listen, write it down, store it on paper, and place it under our pillows, letting it sit untouched, it serves no purpose. Even if we repeat to ourselves over and over that this is not who we are, such repetition alone cannot reach the heart. It remains meaningless until we actually see the truth, until the mind wholeheartedly accepts that this body is not truly us. It accepts it so completely that it no longer clings to this form. It sees clearly that this lump of flesh is not who we are. That is why I have recorded these teachings, because I want us to study the knowledge of the mind, to learn the science of inner awakening. Any other knowledge in this world, even if we master it to the highest degree, earning degrees and doctorates by the millions, when this body dissolves and dies, the mind still drifts on to be reborn again. And all that knowledge, it vanishes entirely. We start over, we learn again from scratch. Do you see? It's like having a phone. You capture photos, record videos, store all kinds of data in it. But if that phone is destroyed, dropped in water, melted in lava, crushed by a car, it's gone. All that data is lost. You buy a new phone, and it has to start recording all over again. Even if this new phone contains every piece of knowledge in the world, the very best and most complete information, if it's then crushed, burned, or drowned in a flood, all of it disappears without a trace. Then what? What happened to all the knowledge, the most brilliant device, the finest recordings? All of it is gone. And so we begin again. Find a new phone, start recording life anew. Isn't that right? In the same way, this body is merely a temporary vessel that we come to inhabit. If we can truly understand this, everything becomes simple. With this basic understanding, deeper truths become easier to grasp. What I am sharing here is only the most basic layer of knowledge. I want to tell you, we have never truly been born into this world. We are not humans. We are not people. We are not even animals. We are the life element, formless, empty, clear, and pure, like the transparent space before us, untouchable by hand, indistinguishable from the infinite vastness of emptiness throughout the universe. Within this clear, empty space lies the original element. Oxygen, carbon dioxide, cool air, warm air, all arise and exist within this formless clarity. Whether the air is warm or cold, it cannot affect this clear emptiness. Likewise, emotions, whether joy or sorrow, satisfaction or dissatisfaction, can never touch or alter the pure life element. They are entirely unrelated. If you don't yet understand this, listen many times. Some of us have questions deep inside. Why were we born? How did we come to inhabit this body? What is it that we truly want? And when this body dies, where do we go? Where is our true self? These are all questions born of not knowing. We truly do not know what we are. The pure consciousness within us contains nothing at all, and thus we cannot know it through ordinary means. There is no tool that reveals it directly. That is why we must borrow tools. Without tools, we cannot realize what we truly are. With this body as our tool, we now have sound, images, emotions, and perceptions available to us. These are merely instruments. The body is a vessel. Even the voice speaking now is only a tool for communication in this world. We dwell in this world, in this universe, through the necessity of a body. In order to learn anything here, we must rely on this body and its tools, especially our ability to perceive and receive. I speak clearly. We are the life element, formless, radiant, and pure. It knows no suffering. It is purely original. It is the foundational element of all things. I speak from direct realization, not from books. I too once believed I was a human, just like everyone else in the world. But upon turning inward, coming to know the mind, awakening to its true nature, all former beliefs shattered. My identity as a human was dissolved, and even the body lost its form. A deep inner realization arose. There is not a single thing that is truly me. Then what are we searching for? What is this clear presence? What is this speechless, formless awareness? It is profoundly pure. It knows all things. It also knows that it will never be born again. It realizes that we have never truly been human. This natural essence never goes, never comes, never arises, never ceases. It never dies. It is the deathless element. It holds neither darkness nor light in its nature. It is simply the clear element, the original essence. It remains as it is, year after year, lifetime after lifetime, forever pure. This nature knows no happiness or suffering, no good or evil, no merit or sin, no right or wrong, no true or false, no male or female, no high or low, no black or white. It does not consist of opposites. It is one. It is the single, undivided nature that dissolves into all things. It is the source element. Once true realization arises, tears fall, because it feels as though we have been deceived all along. It's like waking from a deep sleep in which we were dreaming we were human, struggling endlessly, entangled in all the complexities of being human. We suffered this way and that, felt joy in countless forms, chased goodness and success, sought wealth, honor, praise, and possessions. We lived through a mixture of pleasure and pain. But when we suddenly awaken, the entire dream collapses. Everything we once fought for, everything we believed was real, disintegrates right before our eyes. Have you ever dreamed of being chased by ghosts? In the dream, your body trembles in fear. Or perhaps you've dreamed of wild beasts attacking you. You flee, panic, tremble in terror. It all feels so real. But then you wake up, drenched in sweat, heart pounding, only to realize it was all just a dream. Everything you thought was real vanishes in an instant. It wasn't truly a deception. It's just that we didn't understand nature. We didn't realize we were dreaming. We took it all to be reality. Only upon waking do we recognize what truth is. And truth has always been present. It constantly reveals its purity. For example, as we walk and suddenly sneeze, this is reality. It manifests like this, then fades away. It arises, dissolves, and ends. The truth is that nothing has any inherent substance. It appears, and then disappears. Even this voice speaking now, it too is showing us the truth. Who among us can see that the voice, as it arises in this moment, has no true form? It arises now and dissolves now. So where is now? Can you see that now has no actual substance? When we say, there it is, the voice, where is it really? Try to find it. Can you hold it in your hand? Can you shape it, mold it, take it with you? You can't, because it has no form. So why do we cling to it? Let the mind answer. Why do we cling to this voice? I am sharing this not merely to speak, but to offer knowledge to your consciousness. I am using this voice to communicate in this conventional world, to show you that this sound has no real essence. Do not grasp at it. Let it go. We are consciousness. We are the life element that is formless, empty, clear, and pure. We use the body as a tool, a vessel through which we create, interact, and communicate in this world. Because we have no form, being like a clear and pure essence, we must rely on tools to know ourselves and to understand all things. That is why we make use of voice, of mental images, of emotions, of sensory perception. These are merely instruments for engagement, not who we truly are, nor do they belong to us. Through them, we learn and come to recognize that we are, in essence, the life element, formless, empty, pure, and radiant. Without language, we would not be able to understand anything at all. For example, when we look at the world around us, we might perceive, but without language, there would be no comprehension, only raw awareness. It would be as if we had no brain. We might see everything, but without the capacity to process meaning, there would be no insight, no way to discern what anything is, nor even to realize where we ourselves are. There would be no reasoning, no calculation, no logic, no way to make sense of experience. From the very beginning, we have inhabited vessels, starting from single-celled creatures, then 2 cells, 3 cells, and onward. Since the formation of the first star, we have been inhabiting these animal vessels, but those forms could not comprehend what we truly are. So we moved on, seeking new vessels, until, through the course of evolution, we came to inhabit the human body. Now we possess a body with a brain capable of reasoning, planning, calculating, and seeking truth. This is how we have come to realize that the body is merely a vessel, destined to dissolve in this world. The voice is a tool for communication here. Mental imagery, emotion, and perception, all of these are tools we use while in this realm. We rely on them not to cling to them, but ultimately to let them go. When we clearly see that none of these are truly ourselves, we will awaken to the reality that we are the life element, formless, empty, clear, and pure. Let us take an analogy. We have eyes. Our eyes enable us to see everything. Yet we can never actually see our own eyes. Even though we clearly possess eyes, we cannot directly know what our eyes truly are. There are 2 ways to understand this. The first is to realize that we are able to see everything precisely because we have eyes. We must understand this point first. The fact that we can see all things is because we have eyes. However, some people use their very eyes to go searching for their own eyes. They go around asking many people, "Do you know where the eyes are? I've searched everywhere, looked all over the house, all over my body. I've searched thoroughly, but I can't find where the eyes are. Do you know what the eyes are?" One woman replied, "No, I don't know either. I've only heard vague news that they are somewhere inside our body. But I've looked too, and I still can't find where they are. I've looked everywhere, looked at my feet, and there are no eyes there. I've examined every part, but I can't see my own back. Maybe the eyes are on the back. I don't know. I can't see my back. But I can see my hands, my arms, all the parts of my body, and yet I still can't see where my eyes are. Have you seen your eyes? We use our eyes to search for the eyes. In this going back and forth of looking, we may happen upon a sage. The sage says, "The fact that we can see everything is because we have eyes." This brings about a realization. Ah, so the reason I can see is because I have eyes. If that's the case, then there's no need to be overly concerned with what is seen. If we turn inward and come to understand the very act of seeing, we will see that this seeing arises from something right here, from this upper area. So we raise our hand to touch this area, our face around the eye sockets. We place our hand there and begin to sense, is this what the eyes are? When we close our eyes, we no longer see. When we open them, we see again. Ah, so seeing, it is the result of having eyes. We use our eyes to see everything. But we had forgotten to turn inward and realize that our ability to see comes from having eyes. So we turn inward and feel around our eye sockets and begin to touch, asking, is this what the eyes are? Then tears begin to flow, touched by this realization. We have spent our entire life searching for the eyes, and now we finally know they are right here. We know we have eyes, yes, we know we can feel them, but still we cannot see them. Yet now we know, we ourselves are the eyes. We have realized this. We are no longer in doubt. The search has ended. This is what it means to understand the mind, to realize that we are the mind, the pure life element. This is how we come to know, through the first method, by realizing naturally within ourselves, these are the eyes, just as we can realize, this is the life element, pure, empty, and clear. We know this because we can see that the body is not truly who we are. Now let us remove the body, remove it in our contemplation. What remains? Thoughts, imagination, feelings, the sense of knowing, memory. Then remove memory completely. Remove all emotions, satisfaction, dissatisfaction, happiness, suffering, every kind of feeling. Remove all mental imagery. What remains? The thinking itself, the inner voice that speaks. Then remove even this inner voice. What remains? The bare awareness in the present. And then remove this sense of awareness. Then even this awareness disappears. And in that moment we may say, this is emptiness. There is nothing here. But in truth, this is the mind, the life element. It does not speak. It is silent, utterly pure. It does not involve itself with anything. We come to know that we are this formless, empty, clear, non-substantial presence. This is the first method, realizing it through not clinging to anything. We see that all voices, mental images, emotions, sensations, none of them are truly us. The body is not us either. We realize this by reaching the heart directly. Listen to my recordings often. The more you listen, the more you will understand. The more you listen, the lighter it feels, the more open it becomes. You'll begin to know for yourself that you've been liberated. You've gone beyond emotions. In the past, you were swept up in suffering. But now, suffering arises, and it simply comes and goes. Pleasure arises, and it comes and goes. Inner voices arise and pass. Images arise and pass. Knowing arises and passes. Everything that arises, passes. There is only knowing, and letting go, without clinging, because none of it is you. And so you begin to feel a great lightness, an openness, a profound ease, because there is no longer anything to hold on to, nothing to carry. In the past, we carried the body, carried thoughts, carried images, carried emotions, carried every kind of knowledge in the world. But once we see that none of it is truly ourselves, Even this voice speaking now is not us. There is relief. There is peace in knowing that it is not us. The body is not us. When it is hungry, feed it. If there's little, eat little. If there's much, still eat just that much. Once eaten, let it be. Let the body continue living if it can, and if it can't, let it dissolve and die, because we are not this lump of form. Once we understand truly, down to the heart, you'll see. Listen to my recordings deeply, and it will happen. When we keep thinking about something, thinking and thinking until it makes us tense, we take it seriously, even though it's a matter from 10 years ago. And still, we sit and think about it as if it were real. But that event has already appeared and disappeared. The suffering has already passed. Even the happiness from that time has passed. The story from that day has vanished. Even the words being spoken right now are already gone. Do you know what the present moment is? The present is simply this: the pure, empty, clear life element. Whenever something makes contact with it, it simply knows, and then it disappears. It knows and fades, just like that. There is nothing here, and there is no suffering from anything, because everything appears and disappears by itself. There's nothing we have to do. A feeling arises, and it fades. The laughter disappears. The voice you hear now fades. The mental image appears and fades. What is known, and then let go. And none of it is truly us, so it becomes light, open, and detached. This is the first way. Try closing your eyes. It becomes dark. Then open them. Now you can see. Ah, so this is what seeing is. Then you touch your eyes and say, so this is the nature of eyes. But you still cannot see your eyes, and yet now you know you have them. This is the first method, though it may not yet reach all the way to the heart. At least it's not foolishly seeking eyes somewhere else. You're no longer blindly looking for them in this or that country. You don't need to sit in meditation trying to find eyes. Don't need to walk meditation or perform rituals or chant sacred verses to discover them. If we have just a little wisdom and listen to the words of the wise, when they say, you can see everything because you have eyes, we can turn inward and realize, we are able to see because we have eyes. Turn inward. Don't be concerned with what is seen. Focus instead on the one who is seeing. That is what we call eyes. When we turn inward and feel that within, then we touch and realize, so this is the eye. Though still unseen, it is now known. Just like I've said, our mind is the same. The mind is that element that knows constantly. But the knowing itself is not us. It knows by its own nature. It is merely an experience. We know through the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body. It is always sensing. Just observe. Does it smell on its own? Does it see on its own? Does it hear on its own? Can you see that it hears by itself? So now, do we need to train anything? Do we need to walk, sit, recite mantras, worship deities, make offerings, or wear certain robes? It hears by itself, all the time. So where is this self? Food enters the mouth, and it knows on its own. Where is the self in that? Soon feelings arise. When things go according to our thoughts, pleasure arises. When things don't, displeasure arises. Can you see that these emotions appear by themselves and disappear by themselves? Anger arises. Stay with me a long time, O anger. But see, where does the anger go? When we think of something else, the anger returns. Then joy comes. Let happiness, satisfaction stay forever. But where does it go? Think of something again, and joy arises once more. As we think and imagine, one emotion arises, then another. Can we see now that these things function on their own? They arise, they fade. We don't have to do anything. Can we see this truth that's always displaying itself? It's so simple, too simple perhaps. This is the first method. Just observe. This voice speaks on its own, then fades. Mental images arise on their own, then fade.
Emotions arise on their own, then fade. The knowing arises on its own, then fades. So where is the self? That's all. If you understand this point, it is complete.
A sage once said, "The reason we can see everything is because we have eyes." Seeing occurs, but who is it that sees? Look closely. We might say, "Well, I am the one who sees." But that's not true. It is the eye that sees. So where exactly is the eye? How can the eye be with us when we've been searching for it and can't seem to find it at all? Yet the eye is right there, in our eye sockets. Where in the socket is it then? Someone says. I see everything clearly. I've looked everywhere, but I still can't find the eyes. Then the sage's voice returns. The reason everything can be seen is because there are eyes. So we turn inward again and ask, what exactly is performing the act of seeing? What is it that sees? Don't focus on the objects being seen. Look instead at what it is that sees. We begin to feel a strange wonder. What is the thing that sees? We reach up to touch our face, close our eyes and ask, what is this? Until we finally come to the understanding that what is seeing, right now, is the eye. And then we burst into tears, because all this time we had insisted, there are no eyes. I've searched my entire body and there are no eyes. Can you imagine? That's what we're like. We each have a mind, a pure and radiant life element, the source of all things. But if the mind doesn't yet know itself, then we ourselves do not know that we are this pure element. And when that is the case, we will continue to be born endlessly. When this body decays, when this vessel changes, we drift off to find another vessel, and we repeat this cycle, being born and dying, over and over again, simply in order to come to the realization of what we truly are. That's all. What I wish to say is, there is nothing that is truly us, not a single thing that belongs to us. If we can see that this body is not us, and the voice speaking is not us, then we can understand that these are simply tools. Tools, not ours. We're merely making use of them. We use the voice to communicate in this world. We borrow the body to function in this world. Mental images are tools to be used in this world. Emotions are tools to be used in this world. The knowing that occurs, this too is simply a tool to be used in this world. If we simply recognize that all of this, every part of it, is something merely to be used in the world, that's the end of it. That's all it takes. We will understand that none of these things are truly us. What is knowing right now knows by itself. Just observe. It's this simple. It hears on its own. Right now, this very moment, in the present, just understand the present clearly. Right now, hearing is happening by itself. Perception. Through the eyes, through the ears, through the nose, through the tongue, through the body. It is all happening naturally. What hears, hears through the ears. What smells, smells through the nose. What tastes, does so through the tongue. What sees, sees through the eyes. Everything is sensed on its own. Where is the self in all this? Let the mind answer for itself. When the mind truly understands, it will answer on its own. There is nothing that is truly us. And in that moment, a deep realization will arise. It will feel as if everything we once depended on shatters, dissolves completely. What we were once clinging to will appear as a vision to the mind, a vision in which everything we once relied on breaks apart into particles. And then a knowing will arise within, a knowing that recognizes itself as something that cannot speak. It will realize that it is a natural state, one that cannot speak, and yet is utterly clear, purely radiant, supremely pure. There is not a trace of suffering within it. It doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't come from anywhere. It is still. It dissolves into the whole universe. And it has always been like this. One could even say, we are the universal mind itself. It has always been this way, all along. As for me, I have been in this state continually,
I have lived this way for a very long time, since the day everything exploded and shattered into pieces. From that point on, there has never been any sense of being anything at all. There is no more doubt. There is no more becoming. It no longer arises. No matter what is done, it does not arise. Even now, as I speak, nothing is arising, not in any moment. There is no sense that I am speaking, no sense that I am doing anything for any reason at all. There is no perception that this is a voice, or that we are speaking, or that we are hearing. There is only the function doing what it does, an experience arising and completing itself.
This body simply performs its function. This mouth, it's just doing its part. The thing we call voice, it too is performing its own function. Mental imagery, thoughts, emotions, these too are just performing their functions. In truth, how I was before is exactly how I am now. The only difference is that now there is no self within it anymore. What I truly am is that which is still, clear, pure, something that no longer arises. It no longer needs to do anything. It exists only to lead others toward realization of this truth. That's all. It leads us all home. That is its only task from now on, to guide until all of us are freed from this cycle of becoming and are never reborn again. That is my only duty, to lead you to the direct realization of this pure, original life element. Listen to my voice every day. Listen until the sound of my voice echoes within your mind at all times. Keep listening, and eventually you'll feel as if your mind is always connected to this voice. Whatever you're doing, it will be as if you're still hearing it. That is the nature of the mind that has become steady in the sound, a mind that is peaceful, firm, and constantly awake within. Then it will begin to teach itself. It will start seeing the thoughts that arise within. A flash of knowing will arise. Who is the one speaking this? It will notice thoughts like, let's go swimming, let's invite friends to swim at the club, or let's go play golf, or let's train for a marathon so the body gets stronger. As these thoughts arise, the mind will start to see the voice of those thoughts clearly. Let's go swimming. It will see those inner voices arise effortlessly, and this clarity will become constant. The voice is always present. And now we start to see it. Before, we never really understood it. But now, by listening to my recordings often, a strange kind of realization will arise. It will begin to happen naturally. It doesn't take long. Just listen until my voice rings clearly in your heart. Then be ready. You'll feel a great lightness, openness. The more you listen, the lighter and more free life feels. You'll begin to feel as though there is no self at all. You'll live in this world without suffering, because there is no reason to suffer anymore. There is no one here to suffer. When anger arises, it's just anger. Let it be. When joy arises, it's just joy. Let it be. The mind will recognize every thought, imagination, and emotion. Whatever arises, it will know and let go. Know and release. Know and release on its own. And it will see. None of it is us. Then, all of a sudden, there was the clear seeing of a thought arising. Let's invite some friends to go swimming. Swim for about 2 hours, then play badminton at the club too, get some exercise, then hit the gym. The voice of that thought was seen directly, and then, snap, a realization arose. Wait, is it thinking all by itself? And then, boom, a great explosion. An understanding burst forth. Tears began to fall. The long-held belief that I am a human being was completely shattered. There came a realization. We've only been borrowing this voice. Then came the direct knowing that the voice speaking right now, it's not us. And with that came the clear insight. We've only been making use of it. The voice and the self are not the same. The voice is just a function. But what we are is a different nature entirely, one that has nothing to do with the voice at all. Then it saw how even the feeling of satisfaction arises by itself and fades by itself. And a deeper knowing arose, accompanied by tears once more.
After a while, it became clear that even the knowing that's happening right now, it's happening by itself. And then, an inner explosion.
At that point, it breaks free from all these tools. But for now, our mind is still clinging, like sticky rubber glue that's tightly holding on. The moment we truly see that none of these things are us, that sticky grip will snap and it will all fall away. The moment it breaks free, it's like pulling apart a high-voltage electric wire. At the moment of parting, there is an explosion. The wires separate completely. And we will know we are free. We are no longer entangled in any of this. We are not this physical body, this vessel. We are no longer bound to the tools of voice, mental images, emotions, sensations, or memory. These are merely tools. We have broken free. We now clearly realize none of them are who we truly are. And with that knowing, there may arise a wish to declare it, to announce to the whole world this truth, to let the world know. But will humans be able to accept it? O minds, all of you, so deeply deluded and attached, mistakenly believing yourselves to be human, to be creatures, to be a person, believing that you are good and that others are evil. But when someone comes and tells you, "Do you know?" there is truly nothing that is you. It cannot be accepted. Say to someone, "This voice you're speaking with, it's not really your voice. It's a conditioned process. It arises on its own." And beings in the world cannot accept that. This is what makes it so difficult, because we've already clung to it. We've already believed in it. We've taken it all to be ourselves. But do you know? It won't be long before this body breaks apart and dies. And when that moment comes, the body will be trying to tell you, "I am not you." If the body could speak at the time of death, it would probably say, "Now do you see? I'm not you. Why did you ever cling to me as if I were you?" It would cry out to the mind, "O mind, don't attach to me. I am the body. You are the mind. You are the formless, pure life element, vast, empty, radiant. Don't claim to be me. I am just the body. We are not the same. I breathe by myself. Watch closely. I inhale and exhale on my own. My stomach digests food on its own. My intestines absorb nutrients on their own. My lungs breathe. My heart beats. My brain thinks. The blood vessels, the entire circulatory system, they all work by themselves. Can you see that? My arms and legs move by themselves. You, O mind, are merely dwelling within me so that I can teach you this truth, that you are mind. You are pure essence. You are the formless, luminous life element. Do you now understand that I am not you? The moment you accept this truth, you will never be born again. O mind, do you understand now? If the body could speak, it would probably scold the mind like this: "You've only been living inside me. You are not this body." In the same way, thoughts, imagination, emotions, and the sense of knowing, if they could speak to the mind, they would. But the mind itself is mute. Do you understand? The mind is mute. It cannot speak. It is the pure element, empty and radiant, with nothing of its own. It is pure, but it cannot understand itself. It needs these tools to speak to it, to let it know. You are the pure element, O mind. Do you see this clearly? The body is always speaking to the mind. As it ages, as it suffers pain, it's always telling the mind, "See? I'm growing older. I'm weakening, decaying. I'm falling apart. I'm about to leave this world." The body is constantly teaching the mind this truth. But still, we keep clinging to it as if it were ourselves. Why? Because no one has ever come to tell us. Our parents didn't teach us. Our teachers never taught us. That's why the recordings I've made will be of benefit to all of us. I wish for this knowledge of the mind, this knowledge of awakened awareness, to be included in the education system. I wish for everyone in the world to learn the subject of the mind. And through listening to these recordings, when someone awakens and realizes the truth of mind, when they are liberated from the body, thoughts, emotions, and sensory knowing, when they are truly free and realize they will never be reborn, then they've passed. But if not, they must keep listening. This is the true science of the mind. The result is the measure. When we truly understand that none of this is me, pride and arrogance will dissolve. We will naturally share, support, and care for one another. We will live together peacefully. There will be world peace. We won't suffer anymore. What would we suffer for if there is no self remaining? There will only be natural processes functioning on their own. So we will not oppress, not argue, not hurt or kill one another. We will live together in harmony and ease. Once we realize the nature of the mind, everything improves. Our learning deepens, concentration strengthens. Depression, bipolar disorder, neurosis, repression, ulcers, cancer, and stress. They all vanish. From being someone who couldn't sleep, lost in thought all day and night, you'll become someone who sleeps peacefully, easily. Just listen to my recordings, and it will happen. Especially the elderly. If they listen, they will no longer worry about their children and grandchildren. They will live with the recordings, with Dhamma, with this truth. This knowing will be their companion. They will live with lightness, openness, with ease. They won't have to depend on anyone. Listen to my teachings and share them widely, so that everyone in the world can hear and be freed from suffering. Just listen and gently follow along. When understanding arises and the mind accepts it, there will be lightness, spaciousness, and then it will release itself. Keep listening. Let understanding grow. Let my voice continue to echo within your mind. Then the miracle will come. Just keep listening. It will happen. You'll begin to feel a deep lightness, an openness, as if the mind is about to break free. It's about to be free. It will no longer be a person. It will become pure essence, pure life element. And when that moment comes, you'll know, and you will no longer suffer.
Now let us look at the second method. In this method, we use our eyes to look at everything, yet we still don't know where our eyes actually are. So how can we come to know the eye? How can we see the eye? A wise sage once gave us this advice. Try finding a mirror or anything with a reflective surface. Once we find something reflective, we'll be able to see where the eye is. So now our effort shifts, not to searching for the eye directly, but to finding the mirror that can reflect the eye. We're no longer walking around looking for the eye itself. We are now seeking the mirror. It becomes a bit more complex. We have to search for a mirror or some reflective object that can clearly show the eye. So we go looking. Perhaps we polish a stone until it shines. Or maybe we walk to find water that reflects clearly. We search for anything that functions as a mirror. And when we finally find one, we look into it. Where is the eye? As we look, we ask, what is it that can be called eye? The eye must have the quality of seeing. It must be that which enables all seeing. And yes, we do see everything right now. We look into the mirror. Where is the eye? And then we see something round within the eye socket. Is this the eye? Is this what it looks like? And tears begin to fall. So this is our eye. This is what it looks like. That moment brings about a realization through the mirror. It is the beginning of true seeing. We now see ourselves as this clear, transparent essence. We recognize that we are this clarity. We begin to remain aware within. We become aware of a quiet, empty stillness that resides inside, completely untouched. Whether we move our gaze from left to right, or whether we look to the sky or anywhere at all, we see with a kind of clear and empty knowing. As we continue looking, we notice there is no inner voice, no thought, just this pure, silent awareness. This knowing, empty presence is all that remains. Can you sense this silent emptiness right here? Let's imagine right now, whether you're sitting, walking, or doing anything at all, Just remain still for a moment. Now try taking a deep, relaxed breath. Let everything go. Let all tension dissolve. Completely relax as if there's absolutely nothing left in this world, nothing at all. Just emptiness within. Observe that spacious emptiness within. Feel how open, how spacious and still it is inside. There's a quiet, empty stillness here, always present. It doesn't involve perception. It's not about sound, not about images, not about anything external. Just remain aware within. Know that there is absolutely nothing inside, just empty, light spaciousness, stillness. Rest with this stillness. Observe it quietly, as it naturally is. You don't need to create it. Just observe that this emptiness, this stillness, is already here. Simply watch it from within. Let the inner awareness quietly rest in this natural stillness, with no effort to do anything. Just stay aware within. Notice that there is this ever-present stillness inside. And as we keep our attention rooted in this empty, quiet stillness, we begin to grow more subtle, more peaceful, more refined. Gradually we stop being drawn to anything outside. And yet, it will become clear. Everything outside is being known. Still, there is no attachment to what is known. The attention remains with the inner stillness. The knowing arises from within. It knows quietly, in this emptiness. And the more subtle it becomes, the clearer it gets. The more open, the more light, the more unshaken. It becomes so clear, so spacious, so free. It becomes completely untouched by anything. It merges with everything, effortlessly.
In that inner space there arises a knowing. This place knows no suffering at all, and it simply is. It's always here. It doesn't relate to anything, not to sound, not to images, not to emotions, not to sensory awareness. It has nothing to do with anything. It is simply this silent, empty stillness. Then a deeper knowing arises, that there is absolutely nothing to do, because there is absolutely nothing here that belongs to us. And in that, there comes a clear realization of one's own pure, transparent essence. But this is a method where very little wisdom arises. Insight does not develop much here because it doesn't engage with the learning or understanding of things. It is very slow, so slow that it takes a long time to come to clarity like this. I do not recommend this method. Most people, in fact, get stuck right here and become lost in it. I recommend instead, listen to my recordings. Listen and understand through method 1. Listen until it sinks in, until you see that the voice, the mental images, the emotions, the sensory knowing, none of these are you. Observe how the voice speaks on its own. The mind imagines, thinks, and remembers on its own. Just see that. Keep observing, and it will become lighter and more spacious, lighter and lighter, until finally it breaks free. Then you'll know for yourself. You've broken free from attachment to these things. You'll realize, I am free now. I am beyond. I do not suffer anymore. It is finished. And you will never return again to be born and suffer. It will snap completely, like you're speaking right now, and suddenly the knowing detaches from the voice. Tears will fall. While hearing this voice, a sudden realization arises. This knowing isn't me. And in that instant, it breaks. You're no longer a person. You're free from the voice, from the act of perception. It's like you've become pure transparency, dissolving into the whole universe. That's exactly how it is. And then you'll wonder, how can I even begin to explain this to other human beings? That's what it's like. All of us must win this game. We must realize the truth as soon as possible. It's not difficult. It's simple. This science of the mind, everyone must learn it. Everyone must come to realization. Anyone who hasn't yet realized must continue listening, because otherwise we'll keep being born for a long, long time. Hurry and realize it. It's really very simple. It is now the appropriate time. So I shall bring this to a close. May all of us, each and every one, swiftly and suddenly awaken to the truth of the mind, to the pure element within. May it be so for all. If you're interested in these teachings on awakening, mind observation, and transcending suffering through wisdom, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Share your insights in the comments, provide productive feedback, and if you find this content valuable, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel.